morning, welcome back to Gorema in Cappadocia. In the previous video I showed you the town here and my cave hotel where I'm staying. So if you missed that, go back and check it out in the Turkey playlist. However, in this video I'm going to be exploring a little bit outside of the town. I'm currently walking to the Open Air Museum, which is a kilometre or so uphill from the town, and it takes around 22 minutes according to Google Maps to walk there. So I'm embarking there now on this cold morning, and I'll give you a little bit more information about it when I'm there. No doubt many things you can do as a traveller here in Cappadocia, but the most famous and spectacular activity associated with Cappadocia is the hot air balloon experience, and that's offered by many different companies. You can take a look, but roughly I think between the cost of 100 to 150 euros for a typical one, which is a little bit out of my budget. Maybe one day I'll come back and do it. There are a couple more tours that are also very popular. The red tour and green tour. And there are many agencies around the town of Gorema that offer those tours. Again, they're around 30 to 35 euros if I'm not wrong for each one. And they'll take you around Cappadocia and stop at some different places and most historical areas. And again, I'm not doing either of those. Traveling long term, trying to make this travel vlogging thing my full-time job while I'm not in the possession of a huge budget. I have to think smartly and make videos on the cheap, like this one, showing how you can walk from Gorema to the Open Air Museum, which is only a small fee to enter, and still soak in the spectacular beauty of Cappadocia whilst doing so. Some pottery in the foreground and views in the background. This tree here, customized with plastic bags, not such a bad idea. Pottery on this tree. Utterly unique landscape. At times it does feel like you've just landed on a different planet until you see one of these tour buses pass you by on the road, and then it brings you back down to earth once more. So I'm now inside the Open Air Museum here. 45 lira to enter. So what's actually inside the Open Air Museum? It's a cluster of rock-cut churches, monasteries and chapels. They were Byzantine and housed by 20 monks until it became a pilgrimage site in the 17th century. And that's why today it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, as it's so impressive. Inside the different churches there are mural paintings which you're not allowed to take pictures or videos of. I would show them if I could because they're quite spectacular, but worth visiting on its own and nice to walk around in. There are a few tourists here. It's out of season and it's cold, but there's still a few people here, so I imagine in peak season it must be very busy. So bear that in mind before you come. This is a church dating back to the 11th century, and the entrance is very low and narrow. Wonder what it's like inside. It's about half my height. Opening up a bit now. Some more great long-reaching views from the top of the Open Air Museum here. It's a little bit later now. I walked back into Gorema, had some lunch, and I'm now walking north down a different road to reach another area, which is about 20 minutes in a different direction outside of the town, and it's called the Rose Valley. This is the road from the town you walk down, or same way down, in this guy's case. Look what I'm approaching. No traffic, and with the dirt road to myself. I've popped my collar up because the sun is starting to burn the back of my neck, and I didn't consider to put sun cream on this morning as it was so cold when I stepped outside my door, but I should learn by now that I'm pale enough to burn in all conditions. There are many choices in which way to head. You can meander off in any direction you like. It's completely open, and I'm walking towards what are some very spectacular looking rocky structures that are sort of mushroom tipped and also resemble a little bit of the male anatomy, but I'm going to walk towards them nonetheless, as I can see some openings and possibly old monasteries and churches cut into some of the rocks. Varying sizes. Should I go inside? Of course I should. Whoa. It smells really funny. Well, this is it. The sensational Rose Valley of Cappadocia, completely free to enter, and it may well be one of the most spectacular places you ever set your eyes on if you're lucky enough to visit and be as lonely as I am right now to appreciate its full beauty. You might be able to hear the sound of the azan in the distance in Gorema, a few kilometers away, echoing over the valley here. This might well be in the top 5 best individual places I've ever seen. Rose Valley. The sun is disappearing over the horizon, and I want to make my way back before it gets dark. There is a warning sign before you enter saying that you're on your own here and you need to be careful, maybe have an emergency number or someone with you. If you do come on your own, just be sensible. Turkey is very safe, as I've experienced so far, and not as dangerous as some people may interpret it to be as a destination, and I think it's making a comeback, and I predict 2019 is going to be the full year of recovery for Turkey as numbers are starting to climb again after the recent issues, which have been largely overblown by media. At the end of this trip I will make a video on how safe my experience has been in Turkey for you and give you a full honest report. Tomorrow I'm heading to Konya on the bus, which I believe is about 3 hours journey, so that's the next city I'll make a vlog from. If you're from Turkey and you're enjoying these videos, then consider subscribing to the channel. And thank you everybody else who's stuck with me and continues to watch and like and give me positive comments and feedback. I really appreciate it. So I'll see you then. Peace.